Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second half of the UAE For Good Awards, and please welcome on stage our host for the day, Marwan Al-Awadi.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the final part of our competition, and this is National Drones, and we've got 9 teams coming up for the chance to win the big million dirham prize here today. I'd like to invite my co-host Shaban Naeem on stage as well to join me as we introduce the next team who will be also joining us on stage to set up, which is Sanad Academy. So Sanad, you have your 2 minutes to set up. Shaban, tell us, what are we going to expect here today in the National Drones competition?
So we've got 9 teams competing in the National Drones. Sanad Academy are going to be setting up now. They're the first team going in for this segment, followed by Drones for Search and Rescue, Firefly, Intelli Drones, Customizable Drones, Saeed, Iorta, Find a Drone, followed by East Hawk going last. Let's talk a little bit about the Sanad Academy team. So you guys have probably seen a lot of drones over here that are dropping life-saving solutions out there in the water, but you would have not seen something like this. So generally you drop a life raft. This is a flying flotation device, life-saving ring. It's a smart life-saving ring, and we're going to be seeing that in action today.
All right, excellent. Also, let you know our judges over here, 8 judges who are scoring the 9 teams in the national category. These guys competing for a chance to win 1 million dirhams. And after we're done with the National Drones competition, we're going to be announcing the winner of the UAE AI and Robotics for Good Awards, as well as the UAE Drones for Good Awards. And for everyone who's over here, if you've just joined us, welcome. If you've been with us throughout the day, thanks for staying with us. Don't forget the hashtag is UAEA4G if you're thinking about sending those snaps or Facebook posts or even Instagram. And we also have your chance to vote for your favorite team. If you log on to the website a4g.ae, vote for your favorite team. You can give a couple of extra points in the People's Choice Award, all right? We have the People's Choice Award, and you can vote for your favorite team by logging on to that website. And we also have one more surprise for you, your chance to win 2 drones. Shaban's got the details on how you can win those drones.
So if you head over to the awards website, awardsforgood.ae, it's right up here on the big screen. Just put that up on your phone. Log in, put in your registration details. We need your phone, your number, your email address, and your name, and you would get a chance to win one of 2 DJI Mavic Pros. And guys, this is one of the best drones out in the market right now in the consumer space. It's ultra portable, it's super small. It's also, as Marwan's been saying, very hard to find.
That's right. All right, a few more moments for our next team to set up and get ready. All right, I think they're ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our first team in the national category. This is Sanad Academy.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Mansour Al-Balushi, the chairman of Sanad Academy. And this is my partner, Muhammad Aziz, CEO of the Academy. I stood up 2 years ago here, and I had a dream to establish an institute that can provide education, training, manufacturing, and consultancy for civil drones. With this dream, we started Sanad Academy in September 2016, the first school for drones in Arab region. We have provided training and consultancy for departments including DIWA, Dubai Customs, Ministry of Defense, Dubai Police, and we have also provided free support for college students on drones-related projects. In addition, we have collaborated with Dubai Civil Aviation to enforce the importance of responsible and safe piloting. So far, we have had over 200 drone operators who have completed their flight test and training with us. And now they fly with responsibility in permitted areas across the city as they understand the rules and regulations of the aerospace. So now, part of our academy is to manufacture drones, actually. So we came up with an idea of a very simple ring that can save lives. And today we have a new surprise as well. It's not just one ring flying. So I have combined two rings together. They fly together. They will talk to each other, and they will even sense which drone lands first, so the other one knows that, OK, this ring, it saved life already, so I don't have to land here. It will skip the mission, and it will look for someone else to save. And now, Mohammed Aziz, he will describe more about our service. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. So now that Mansoor has given you guys a bit of an introduction about us, I'm going to be telling you more about our product, the Smart Ring. What is the Smart Ring? Before we go into details, I'm going to take all of you on the same journey that we went through until we reached this beautiful looking product over here. So we started off by looking at problems. And according to the International Life-Saving Federation, what we found out was that 1.2 million people die each year because they drown. That means every minute, 2 people are drowning. And what that also means is that by the end of my presentation, 30 people are going to be dead. According to a study by a lifeguard, what we also found out is that the most critical factor in a rescue operation is time. Time is critical. Every second makes a difference. 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 10 seconds could save a life. And I mean, that is really our vision. So the picture on the left is our team on this very stage 2 years ago, in the year 2015. We came up with a solution that was the first Sana drone that could carry multiple rings together. It carried 3 life-saving rings together. That was our first proposed solution to save lives at the beach and different places. Now, the problem with these big drones is that, firstly, they're difficult to fly, so you need to have safe piloting skills. It is very expensive and costly. And lastly, a large drone overhead people swimming already imposes a danger. So we knew that we have to come up with a different solution. And this is where, this one evening, me and Mansoor, we sat together, we pulled off the ring which was on our old drone, put on 4 propellers, and we decided that we would make the ring fly. Yes, the ring itself. We would make it fly, and not just make it fly, but we would make sure that it's an easy-to-use solution, it is cheap and reliable and super efficient. So all those problems that came earlier, we wanted to overcome all of those. And with that, this was our first prototype, after which the product that you see in front of you right now is this. This is the Smart Ring, the final version of the product that we achieved in a very, very short span of time. The prototype was created in November last year, and this is what we have today. So a very, very short time. The product has slightly changed from our initial proposal. So to the judges, you're definitely looking at something a lot better than what we proposed initially. And in order to achieve a super easy-to-use product, we created a custom app that is so simple to use that you really do not require any piloting skills. We made sure that the product is water resistant by performing a certain silicone spray operation on that, as well as instead of the initial carbon fiber material that we were supposed to use, we have used PA12 and 3D printed this entire drone. PA12 is a material that is known for its ruggedness, for its durability, and it's lightweight. It is very critical that when you're using a life-saving drone on a beach, overhead swimmers, we need to have a system that is light. And lastly, of course, it's got GPS. It has inbuilt sensors to know where it is. So I'm actually going to cover more features during the live demo, because I'm going to show all of you the app running live. You could use it on an iPhone or an iPad. So moving forward, we also did a comparison. We had a scenario comparison where we had the Smart Ring versus a traditional lifeguard holding his walkie-talkie and binoculars and a jet ski up front in the distance. And we had a dummy swimmer 500 meters down. The results were amazing. We realized that we could save more than half the time that the conventional method takes. So we did it in 1/4 the time that it normally takes. So here is the Smart Rings app. What is special about this? It is super simple. You begin the mission, you click takeoff, you see your live feed. We have used advanced algorithms to visually detect humans in the water, one touch, and the ring flies towards the person. And what we also have is sense mode that I'm going to demonstrate while doing the live demo due to shortage of time. So we're about to go live with the demo. Mansoor, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Mansoor's mic isn't working, but we're about to start right now. Let me get my phone very quickly. Okay.
We have 5 minutes.
Yeah, we're good.
I don't have this mic working.
Okay. Technical team, I need my HDMI connection.
Okay.
Perfect. So on this side, you're seeing the live view from the drones feed, and on my side, you're seeing the app. So that is the Smart Rings app, and what we're going to use is Sense Mode. In Sense Mode, the drone autonomously searches a selected area, and it scans it for any victims in that area. So what we're also going to do right now is the surprise feature, which we never mentioned before in our proposal, or anywhere, or in our video that Mansoor mentioned, is we're going to have 2 drones flying together in Sense Mode in the same mission, meaning that they will be communicating together with each other while they fly. So let's see how that works. There's a slight delay in the screen, guys. Sorry about that. All right, should be taking off any second. Good. Okay, so now here's what's going to happen. We have selected an area around the lake, and the 2 drones are going to move together. They're going to be communicating with each other to find where the victim in this lake is. And as soon as a victim is detected, what's going to happen next is the other drone, which hasn't detected it, is going to come back. So both of them are going to fly in sync with each other. The first one is taken off. The second one is still waiting for a command.
It is warming up.
There it is. We can see it in the live view feed. It has located something. The drone has located a victim. We're waiting to see it on the live view feed. Sorry for bad transmission. While that's happening, the Smart Ring can land in water and take off again. That is another special feature where all of this water resistancy has allowed us to create something so durable that it is able to actually go into the water and take off again right away. Do we have the live view on?
Okay, one already landed in the water, which means that it found the victim. Now the second one, what it will do? It will try to look for the victim, and it knows that one drone is already in the water, so it will skip the mission and come back. So what it will do, it will know that one drone already saved the person. So the drone will simply skip the mission, and it will come back and land. It is searching, and once it senses the other drone, it will come back. Yeah, here we go.
All right. right, Sanad, I'm afraid that is your time. 12 minutes is up. A round of applause for our first team in the National Drones category as their drone makes its way back to make a landing. Thank you once again to Sanad, our first team in the National category. All right, let's take a look at the highlights. We're going to get those highlights for you on the screen. And like I said, this is the first of 9 teams that are taking part in the national category, up for a chance to win $1 million dirhams. And the first team giving you those highlights. And another team that we've seen come back, I think, year after year with new ideas, which is a great thing to see over here and really see the national teams push forward with some great ideas. All right, next team up is Drones for Search and Rescue. You've got your 2 minutes to set up. And while the setup is going on, let's get some facts from Shaban, who's been talking to the teams, what we saw and what to expect from the next team.
So just adding on to what you said, yes, you're right, and great memory there. Sanad, incidentally, when we actually started the show, the Sanad drone was the first drone that I ever took off from the stage. It was the first drone flight officially. And they're back here again in year 3. It's great to see their concept, Smart Ring. Normally you have drones doing payload deliveries, but here you're actually integrating the drone into a life-saving device, so that was quite unique. And let's talk a little bit more about Drones for Search and Rescue, just to give the audience a bit of an idea of what to expect next. So we have Dr. Abdurrahman and Tony, and they've come to us all the way down from UAE University in Al Ain, and they're going to be demonstrating a drone for locating disaster victims by the scanning and sensing of cell phone signals. And the way it works is when our cell phones are active, they're constantly looking for either Wi-Fi or for a GSM 3D LTE band. And this drone has a little payload which listens for that signal, and it's able to zero in on someone who may be lost, let's say in the middle of the desert or in the middle of the mountain somewhere.
Great, thanks for the info, Shaban. And once again, just a reminder, today's event, yesterday and today, the AI and Robotics for Good Awards and the Drone for Good Awards, brought to you by ICT Fund and also TRA, the organizers of the event. Not forgetting our sponsors as well for making the event possible. Big thank you to our sponsor who provided us with this beautiful location, Dubai Internet City. We've been back here 3 years now. It just gets prettier and prettier every time we come back. A big thank you to Samsung, Digi Robotics, the event partners, and the community partner makers, builders who are running the workshops outside every couple hours. So it would be a great idea to go there and get your hands-on experience with some drones over there. They had the robotics workshops yesterday, and I think a lot of people were out there actually trying it out for themselves. All right, we're ready to go with our next team. Please put your hands together for Team 2 in the national category. This is Drones for Search and Rescue.
Over to you. Good luck.
Hello, everybody, and good afternoon. My name is Abdurrahman Lakas, and my friend is Tony, and we are from the College of Information Technology from United Arab Emirates University down in Al Ain. And we are very happy to be here today to present to you, these are the drone for search and rescue. So what is DSAR, or drone for search and rescue? So the idea came following the recent events of natural disaster that happened around the world, like in Nepal and in Italy, where there were major earthquakes. And as it is the case in this kind of situation, it is very hard to find and locate victims and potential survivors. And these are aims precisely at doing this, helping the first responders and the search and rescue teams to basically expedite the search efforts and to try to improve the chances of survival for the victims. So how does it work? So basically, this relies on the fact that all people, they carry phones and mobile devices. And the idea is if you want to locate people, what is best than locating the devices or the mobile phones that they are in their possession. And that's why at the United Arab Emirates University, we designed a scanning technique or a scanning device that will try to sense and detect the radio signals that is continuously transmitted from the phones that we possess. These signals are usually for phones trying to search for networks around so as to connect to these networks. So the technology, the radio technology that we support or can be detected are 3G, 4G, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth. So in few words, the DSAR drone is that during the disaster situation, will be flown over the disaster area, the affected area, and then try to listen and sense and detect all the signals coming out of the phones that are in possession of the victims. And through few positions around the area, we start collecting the data about these phones and especially positions, estimating the positions, and using the GPS coordinates, we can, with acceptable precision, locate and localize these victims through their phones. So I think it is, if you are ready for the demo, it is better to show you what DSAR can do through our demo. And Tony will take care of that. So what we will see here is that our drone is completely, fully autonomous. And we haven't done this demo in this location before, so hopefully it will work without a glitch. So the plan is for our drone to hover around this area, including the pond over there, and try to listen and detect all the signals coming out of your phones and the people in the audience. And if you can see the map on the left screen, you will see red dots starting to popping up on the screen, indicating the presence and the location of the phones that are detected. So as I told you, as I mentioned before, DSAR is a result of many efforts and support of the United Arab Emirates University and the faculty and students working in the drone research lab at the College of IT. So it is a technology that is fully developed locally. So as you can see on the left screen, we are monitoring the progress of the drone by showing the trace and the waypoints that are pre-planned or pre-programmed for the drone. And you can see right away we have a few dots. This is the first processing of the data that was detected. And using triangulation technique, using the coordinates picked up by the drone at different positions, then we can use triangulation and locate or localize the detected victims. So the rest of the demo, the drone will go out in the lake or the pond and do a few maneuvers and come back autonomously to its home location. So as I said, the main objective of this project is really to saving lives and providing an opportunity for search and rescue teams around the world to use this technology so as to expedite the search efforts and facilitate the location of victims and potential survivors. Our technology is very cost-effective. And we made sure to make it affordable to search and rescue services and teams around the world so they can use it, especially in countries that are prone to frequent disasters and natural catastrophes. And as I mentioned before, all the scanning device technology is a result of research and development efforts at the university inside our drone research lab at the College of IT. And of course, as you may as you can see, this scanning technique can be used. There is a huge potential to use this technique not only for search and rescue teams, but also for other applications where it can be easily integrated into other services, like, for example, crowd management. And as a matter of fact, we have already another project that we have developed that does crowd management, uses this technique. And this is very beneficial to monitor the crowds like coming out of stadium or concerts or big events like this one. And also it can be used in road traffic monitoring by estimating the density of cars and people by estimating basically the phone. And as you can see, the drone, as I told you, it's completely autonomous. It was pre-programmed using just GPS coordinates. Actually, we did it programmed in a line. So here we just execute it. And it's fully autonomous. And I'm happy and glad that it came safely. And it detected a few phones around here. And finally, I would like to thank you for your time. And also, I thank the organizer for giving us the opportunity to showcase our project and our prototype. And we are welcoming any, if you have feedback, and certainly any comments will be most welcome for us for improving our prototype. And we are also welcoming any initiative for collaboration from any one of you. And you are all welcome also to come and visit us in a line at the United Arab Emirates University and see how our faculty and students are heavily involved in very innovative projects. And thank you very much.
All right, drones for search and rescue, team number 2 in the national category, done with their presentation. We're going to go ahead and invite our next team to set up, and the next team to set up is Firefly. And while we're doing that, we also have a recap. Oh, it looks like Firefly have brought some fans out in the audience. Yeah, we can hear you. and you should definitely vote for them as well, because we do have some points you can give them, not only cheering them, but People's Choice can get some extra points. So if you are here cheering for Firefly, we suggest you head over to a4g.ae and give them a vote, all right? It'd be very important for you guys to do that for them. All right, back to the topic of the next team. Shaban, what are we expecting from Firefly today?
So when I received Firefly's brief, I was like, I met them and I asked him, so where's the rest of the team? And there's no rest of the team. It's just Karthik all by himself. And he's helped on stage with his parents, who joined him to just help out with the setup. And it was a 9-page brief, and it took me a little while to get through it because Karthik is, first of all, it's great to see homegrown talent. He's still a very, very young man, and his solution is a software solution that can be deployed to any drone. It doesn't matter what kind of drone you have. You can deploy this, the Firefly software solution to it. And what it is he's written computer vision and machine learning. You don't need advanced sensors on your drone. All you need is a simple camera, which a lot of consumer drones have, so the applications are quite wide. And his system will allow that drone with the Firefly software or controlled over a wireless link with a laptop to be able to autonomously navigate and learn surroundings. And a couple of things, I asked him, like, did you read some research papers from PhDs? And he's like, nope, just coded it by myself. And he was so nonchalant about it. I was very, very impressed. And I'm really looking forward to this presentation. A couple other points to add about Firefly is I think his system is able to look at the maps. You know, the fire evacuation maps we have on buildings? His system is able to see that, make sense of it, and then be able to convert that from 2D to 3D, and then you can navigate within the building possibly. And you will see, the audience will see a live example of that navigation happen on stage today.
All right, excellent. That's the next team coming up. Firefly was going to be team number 3, and then we'll have another 6 teams left to go in the national category, and then followed by the awards ceremony that's happening a bit later on to them. The teams that are coming up are Intelli Drones, Customizable Drones, Saad, Iorta, Finder Drone, and East Hawk. Those are the 6 teams coming up. All right, here we go. Ready to go for our next team. Please put your hands together and make some noise for Firefly.
He is demonstrating. We've spoke about this. It's too windy. Try that.
Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dhruv Karthik, and I'm a 17-year-old studying at Dubai International Academy. And today I present to you the metamorphosis of Firefly. The birth of the Firefly. What was the inspiration? On 31st of December 2015, a 15-year-old boy was excited to see one of the most beautiful New Year's fireworks in the world. However, 15 minutes later, he witnessed the flames instead. The burning up of the Address Hotel is easily one of the most unfortunate events to happen to this country. However, there was a bright side to that whole event, because on that day, this 15-year-old boy saw his real-life superheroes. The firefighters entered the building and quickly evacuated everyone from 63 floors, which is a feat in itself, and I thank them for this work. Well, that 15-year-old boy was me. And from that day on, I set on a journey with 2 primary objectives. Objective 1, to empower my superheroes, the firefighters, by allowing them to locate and save the most vulnerable lives in a building. And Objective 2, to empower our firefighters by autonomously detecting and preventing fires. That's why I created Firefly. Firefly is an autonomous computer vision artificial intelligence drone platform that can be implemented in any drone in the world purely because it is an artificial intelligence software platform. the technology development of Firefly. When I was creating Firefly, I knew for a fact that there was no product out there. There was no software I could download onto my drone to make it think for itself. So everything you were about to see was written line by line in Python and OpenCV by myself over 2 years. Hope you like it. So when I was creating Firefly, I realized for the base of Firefly, there's 3 challenges that we must address in order for Firefly to work autonomously. And firstly, and I'll get into those, I'll get into those later. But let's start off with the first: autonomous indoor map reading. That's a beautiful. Outside of every elevator in the UAE, we have this. This is I'm sure you all recognize it, it's a fire escape plan. And the evacuation path is in a different color in order to let the firefighters know, quickly understand the layout of the building. And there's also an arrow to show the route. Now, since this is in every building, can we make an drone AI that autonomously reads these evacuation maps? And that is exactly what I did. With Python, I trained an artificial intelligence neural network in order to detect over 2,000 maps. And you're about to see it in work right now. As you can see, it autonomously finds the map and repositions the drone towards it, which is something that few other drones do. In addition, it even works when the drone is partially covered, because the neural network is so trained to detect only 40% of the map and extract key points from it in order to make a final decision. So that's about it for our first tech challenge. What about the next? Single camera, low-cost obstacle avoidance. Before I talk about drones, let me talk about humans to you. Human vision is inefficient. It's no surprise that humans have the least reflexes amongst any other animal in the animal kingdom, essentially. And that is because we use something called stereo vision. Essentially, what we do is we take both our eyes in order to measure depth. And on a drone, this can become both costly and require processing power. For example, that drone on the right requires an external CPU on it just to work. So instead, we look to birds, nature's own version of drones, because over hundreds of years, nature has solved all of the problems that scientists are trying to face today. So birds, how do birds do it? Birds don't have 2 eyes in front. Birds have 1 eye on their left and 1 eye on their right. So essentially what they do is they use a method called optical flow. And I encourage the audience to try this out. If you hold a finger up to the left of your eyes and focus on that point on your finger, and focus on a point far away, take 1 step closer, you'll notice that this point moves much more than the point that is far away. Turns out, this phenomena can be mathematically modeled. And by doing this, I created an optical flow autonomous obstacle avoidance system. So it starts off by initializing the key points. And as it gets closer and closer, notice that objects that are closer to me have a longer line of flow than objects that are far away. And using this data, it can autonomously avoid obstacles. You're going to see it again. The cardboard to the left has longer lines of flow than the cardboard to the right. The drone understands this and navigates itself to the cardboard on the right, and successfully avoids obstacles. So that's about it for this second site. Intelligent tracking and recognition. In order to be effective, the AI must be trained to track key objects. And these are a couple of key objects that it has been trained to detect. That is real-time body detection and even palm detection with thermal cameras. So now, let's get to the live demo of Firefly. I hope you enjoy it. Okay. Yeah. One sec. Is it connected? Is the AR drone inside?
Yes, it is. Issue. Here. Here's your signal.
Yeah, okay.
You want it?
Can we broadcast? Can we get it up?
He want now the HDMI signal.
Okay, now can you please position it over there? Yeah, just in front. It's gonna rise. Now, watch it in action. It's not raising the data. It's not raising. It's a big problem.
No, just check. Just check the. He just stamped on it.
Huh?
He just.
Who just stamped on it?
Oh, wait, I got it. Never mind. Yeah. That's it. Stable.
1 second, please. I just need to. As you can see on the screen, Firefly is successfully able to carefully detect and autonomously reposition itself towards the drone, towards the marker. Now, how effective is this in a real-life scenario? Obviously, the wind is yawing it, but as you can see, it's still able to plan a perfect trajectory by calculating the angles. Now, let's try this. How useful could this be in an actual situation? Now imagine this. You're inside a burning building on the 20th floor, and you want to communicate to a drone. You've tried screaming, but it doesn't work. So instead, you can try this. Do you see that? It is successfully able to read the text on the screen. And it is able to detect the text on the screen. All you need to do for Firefly to work is write something down and put it on your window, and Firefly will be able to read it immediately. Now let's try to take this communication level to another notch. If I wanted to communicate the amount of people in my room, all I have to do is mark it with a couple of X's, and again, it will successfully detect this too. It will successfully detect this too. Now, finally, let's check this final thing out, where if you want to communicate the amount of infants in your house, here's what you can do. Yeah, the wind yachted a little bit, but as you can see, Firefly is intelligent enough to detect text.
We don't have time for that. Go to the vision.
Oh, yeah. All right. So obviously, we had a third presentation ready to avoid these obstacles. And as you can see, Firefly was more than capable of avoiding the obstacles in the image. Due to the wind conditions and the amount of time remaining, we have been unable to show this demonstration. However, the vision of Firefly still prevails. It is in Dubai's vision to be 10 years ahead of every single nation. And the current progress of drones is to make them bigger and more powerful. However, Firefly is trained to make drones smart. Drone intelligence is the future, and if we want this city, this 10x project to work, we need to make drones. We need to make an artificial intelligence platform that can be installed on any drone in the world. And that is what Firefly is. You can't ship drones, but when you're in China or in any other country, all you have to do is upload my code onto your drone, and it will autonomously avoid obstacles and be able to read text and do a multitude of other things. Firefly's application is limited only by human imagination. As I've mentioned before, fixed-wing UAE, any other sort of drone, you can upload Firefly and it will work perfectly. Thank you.
All right, Firefly,
Thank you very
I'm afraid
much.
that's time. And a young man over there by the name of Drew, and the two people on stage helping him out are his parents, I believe, correct?
Yes, you're correct.
That's our third team in the national category. Highlights on your screen right now. Just taking a look at how amazing this idea is over here, and I just want to reiterate that everything begins with an idea, and then you can end up over here at a competition like this presenting, and you could be in for a chance to win 1 million dirhams. That's how it works over here. National category team number 4 on the way next. We'd like to invite on stage our next team, and they go by the name of Intelli Drones. All right, Intelli Drones coming up next. But let's talk a little bit more about Firefly over here. Now, He wasn't even flying the drone himself. He was using code to fly the drone?
Exactly. So he's rewritten the firmware on the Parrot Bebop. So if you remember that drone, it's a very common drone you can buy. And he's put his own firmware on there. And he's flying drones for months on end autonomously. You don't want people over there to change batteries. So the whole thing is powered by solar power, and it charges wirelessly these drones that land near it. And I think they also have a robotic rover that's part of one of their solutions, and they will be talking about it more when they're presenting to us.
All right, great. Sun is shining, and I hope everybody in the audience is doing well. How's everyone in the audience doing? Everyone doing well? Oh, we could do better than that for sure. I said, how's everyone doing today? The sun is shining. It was about 5% better. We're going to try and get it up to 90 by the end of the show, I think. All right, just a few more moments. We'll be right back to introduce our next team. Welcome to the Drones for Good Awards. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Team 4 in the national category. This is Intelli Drones.
Go. So we are Mass Institute, and we partnership with the Dubai Electricity and Water Authorities. We are going to provide intelligent drone fleet management with robotic inductive chargers. And DEWA, Dubai Electricity and Water Authority, has over 9,700 of megawatt electricity generations. And it also has more than 30,000 of substations and over 1,500 kilometers of overhead transmission line. And also, you're going to target to produce solar generation about 4,000 megawatt by 2040. To manage all these facilities, now they're using drones for diverse operations. For example, surveillance, remote sensing, and maintenance. And they have 12 drones, and it's expanding. However, for those drones are currently managed by humans, they are really susceptible to human errors and inefficiency. That's why Mass Institute partnered with DEWA. We developed a fully automated drone management system. We aim to track, control, and manage drones in dynamic environments without human assistance. And we can also intelligently optimize the battery life of the drones to prolong the drone missions for long missions. So our system is very simple. The user only follows simple steps. So the first step is set the drone-based locations where the drone's from, and then you also set the location to where you receive the charging from some available charging stations. And then you just put some site you visit by the drones. And our system will intelligently compute the best path, optimize your batteries, and dynamic track it by our systems. And also schedule when you're going to charge optimally to save your battery. And this is our user interface. You see it's user-friendly, very versatile. Few button, click a button, and then you automatically compute the path for you. Once you compute it, our system will automatically execute the path and also track it and control it dynamically in real times. And also, our system can handle very complicated missions. See, there you can put a lot of sites and charging stations, all these, they will automatically compute all of them for you in no time. And also, our system can handle very uncertain situations. For example, you might have uncertain wind conditions. You can set the range of the wind speed and direction of the wind, and they will compute a robust solution for you that tolerates the wind uncertainties. Okay, let's go to the robotic charging station. We developed a robotic inductive charger. This one aims to recharge drone at any position with high efficiency and high flexibilities. So in near future, we're going to deploy our solar power, intelligent, autonomous charging, robotic charging stations in the remote location, allow the drone to recharge themselves when they carry on the long missions. Okay, let's pass on to my colleague, Dr. Majid, and he will give a live demo.
Thank you very much, Dr. Seth, for your presentation. Now we proceed to the demonstration. We will show three parts of the system. First, our fleet management application. Then we show our autonomous flight functionality. And finally, we show our charging solution. As you can see, this is a tablet application. So you can click different mission location on the screen, as you can see. A mission can be, for example, a hovering, a drop down, and the drone at the mission location can either stream the video, get some sensor feed, drop some package, and yeah. And then you can click the path planning, which in fact creates the optimal path, which minimizes the total mission time to be achieved. The application also has different parameters. Yeah, so now we click the start mission. So the drone is actually going to a single mission location. It's flying autonomously to that predefined location. It goes up, and then it goes to the predefined location, hovering at the particular location. As you can see from the screenshot, we get a live feed from the app. This is fully autonomous, and we would like to make the distinction between this and a standard base station controller. This is, in fact, considers many factors: drone weight, the weather uncertainty, and several many factors, drone weight as well. Now the drone is returning back to home for being charged. So now we'll see the autonomous landing. Now we show our charging solution. We have a charging station supported by solar power, which is convenient for a remote location. And we have this inductive charger robot supplied with a LiDAR solution, which can accurately detect the drone location regardless of the image or the time. It can detect at night with centimeter level accuracy. And we have this inductive charging solution capable of 5 amps of charging speed. So the inductive charging provides the flexibility of having not very accurate location. We can't put the charging pad at any location in general. So now it places the charging pad over the drone. Yes, and we can see from the app, it will start now showing that the drone is being charged. The robotic arm provides flexibility of having using different drone at different directions. So this solution gives the flexibility to run drones for long distances and for long missions as well.
All right, Intelli Drones, I'm afraid your time is up. If you'd like to
So thank you very
wrap
much.
it up with a thank you. All right, that was team number 4 in our national category, and they go by the name of Intelli Drones. And we have another 5 teams left to go in our national category. And then we announced the winners of the Robotics and the Drones for Good Award, both in the national and international. All right, we're going to get those highlights for you up on the screen. And while those highlights are running, we'd like to let you know that we're going to take a 15-minute break, and we'll be back real soon if you want to grab a refreshment outside or take a short break. So 15 minutes, and then we'll be back with our next 5 teams in our national category here on day 2 at the Drones for Good Awards. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back and ready for our next team, and it is team number 5, and they go by the name of Customizable Drones. All right, they're making their way to the stage right now for their 2-minute setup. And while they set up, let's run through which teams are remaining. After Customizable Drones, Saad is coming up, Iorta, Finder Drone, East Hawk, followed by our awards ceremony that's happening here today. So if you're in and around the grandstand area at the back, you can make your way back to the grandstand to get a piece of the action here on day 2 of the For Good Awards. And today it's all about the UAE Drones For Good Awards. Of course, I'm joined once again by my partner Shaban Naeem, who's going to tell us a little bit about what to expect with our next presenter, which is Customizable Drones.
So Customizable Drones are actually working on a parking solution. So we all know some of us have cars, some of us are students, but those of you that have cars have SALIC tags on them. And those SALIC tags are RFID chips are embedded. There's 2 kinds of RFID. There's passive and there's active. So the ones we have on SALIC is passive RFID, and their system is able to read these tags, and they're trying to use that to give us an automated parking solution. So you can fly drones around, read people's SALIC tags, or and see if you can, they're parked in the wrong location, if they're over, if they're not. Right now we have to go out and get tickets or send those SMSs. Maybe with a solution like this, you could integrate SALIC to also take care of that.
All right, excellent. They're going to have another minute, I think, for their setup time. Once we get the thumbs up, we'll get the clock running for them. 12 minutes for each team to present their presentation and to really impress our judges who are up in the grandstand as well. 8 judges judging this category. Remember, 50% of their points are preloaded. What they're trying to achieve is the 50% of the on-site presentation and on-site demonstration, split by 15% towards the on-site presentation and 35% for the on-site demonstration. All right. All right, I think we're ready to go now. Our next team. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Team 5 in the national category. This is Customizable Drones. Good luck.
Go, over to you. Good luck.
Hello, everyone. We are a team of engineers. We are here to present the Customizable Drone team. Our project is the parking operator drone for the hot temperature countries, a sustainable, friendly solution. Today we will go to the presentation. Okay, our project is a pending patent currently, and it has been custom built for UAE. I used to witness the tough atmosphere and the tough conditions the parking operator employees are having during the hot temperature season in UAE, how tough it was for them to work outdoor. So we came to the idea that as long as already in UAE, there is a toll gate system, which is called SALIC system, it's already implemented on the vehicles, on each and every vehicle in Dubai, and on the majority of the vehicles in UAE. So we came to the idea that why not to link the SALIC account to the parking account. In order to make this linking, we need a drone which is equipped with an RFID reader like that, capable to detect the SALIC tags, and it can send it in a real-time transmission to the parking operator who is sitting in an air-conditioned car, okay, and receiving those tax numbers. What we can do with the advantage of doing this is 3 main things. First of all, there will be a huge saving in the time. We did a study that the average time for the physical way of scanning, or the typical way of scanning a car parking, okay, for each parking operator, will be around 80 seconds. While our RFID reader is capable to scan 15 tags in 1 second. We are talking about 0.07 seconds for checking each car. While in the manual way, we are talking about 80 seconds, which is a huge number of difference. Why we need to, the operator, he needs to go by himself and check each car and get back to each car? No, the drone will be fully autonomous, and each parking lot will be saved on the mission planner, And once the operator is reaching any place, he just needs to upload the mission. The drone will fly by itself, go to scan the parking lot by itself, and get back to him. Everything is done while he's sitting in the car, using a foldable drone. The second challenge for this, the second key advantage for this, we believe that this can increase the efficiency of the parking operators, because a huge number of vehicles can be scanned and verified in a very short time, while the typical way will take much longer time. The third thing will be a huge economical impact we believe in, because it will be much easier and much faster to do this process. This is the main point about our project. We will go now for RFID reader, if you just please display it. So you have it on the, yeah. So for example, here we have now the RFID reader. Okay, it is a wireless one. We are connecting it to Intel computer stick, which will send the data over an RF link to the operator. Okay, sitting in the car. The operator, he will receive three informations. He will receive the video stream, he will receive the RFID tags, and he will receive the telemetry informations. Okay, so in this case, the operator from himself, okay, he can see the tags. How the system works. First of all, it will scan, it will fly, it will scan the cars from the front side and from back side. So it can solve the problem of reverse parking vehicles. It will not be an issue. There will be also other challenges which we can get on later. Yeah. Here, for example, a scenario for when the drone is scanning a car. Okay, here when there is a detection, for example, this is the static tag. And the important thing now, the challenge is how we pay. How the people now can pay for their parking. There will be no need for printing a single parking ticket. Why? Because we can propose two solutions. The first solution will be based on the people can pay through an SMS, which is linked to their static account. The second way also is through either through the mobile or through a PVC card, an RFID card like that. It has the same tag number of this SALIC tag. This is the SALIC tag. And this is the same tag, but in a PVC form. So they can use it, for example, if we give it to any operator, he will just pay in the machine the same. The key advantage of this is two things. The main key advantage in this, that there will be no need to print thousands of tickets every day just to single use to indicate the parking status of that vehicle. It's just everything is there. No single ticket will be printed. This is a sustainable act. This is a green act we believe in. So after developing all of this, we face another critical challenge, which made us to stop all this project. First of all, this is what will happen with the typical way of making parking tickets. Okay, that is the key challenge we had in this project. For a period of almost 4 months, we were not be able to completely fly this drone. Why? Because the temperature was more than 40 degrees. Lithium batteries cannot handle this temperature and the speed controllers. So we were not able, and we believe that our project was useless. It wasn't complete at that time. So what we did is we developed a simple cooling system, like this system, using this type of pill tires, what is called, okay, that can cool the complete LiPo battery. Each one of these pill tires can reach minus 30 degrees in a room temperature. So using this cooling system, which is custom built for UAE weather, okay, and our project, or we believe any other drone project, will not be that successful if it cannot handle this temperature, okay, and that challenge. We were able to fly it 25 minutes for several flights without a single issue at a temperature reaching 48 degrees. That is a national challenge which we went through. Okay, and this is, for example, the pill tire we use, a set of it. The second thing is placing the speed controllers directly under the airflow in a distributed design method, okay, for the in a distributed method for the propellers, okay. It's working or is scanning? Yeah. Okay. For example, like this scenario, yeah. So you have the tags with you. Yeah. So it's coming deep in the tag. Like for example, these are the tags. If you have drop it here, for example. I'm not. Yeah. See, 4 detections in less than a second. 4. I just wrote 4. You can count it. Here we have 4 tags. We are talking here about 4 cars instead of 80 seconds for each car. And this can work in the summer. Okay? So now we will go to the flight. I believe we have 5 minutes. Yeah. Now we are going to the flight of this drone. Okay. Typically, the drone will be fully autonomous, but for safety reasons today, it will be partially in terms of taking off and landing. Okay. It will go through GPS lock only. Okay. So we have it on. And sorry. Yeah. Just sorry. I have also another one slide. Don't.
No, we have
one slide. Please.
They want the PowerPoint of the...
Yeah. It's working. Just to conclude with, here is the flow chart of the operation. There will be challenges, just to brief about it, that if the car doesn't have salad card at all. In this case, the drone will save the GPS coordinates of this vehicle. It will go to GPS lock. It will take picture of the car plate. There is another challenge if the car is just arrived. We cannot find someone who just arrived because he doesn't pay. No, there is a way that it will also save the GPS coordinates of that car who just arrived, and then it will come back to it and scan it. So that's also 2 challenges we went through and we passed through. Thank you. Yeah.
You want the live camera? No, you want the live camera.
Through GPS lock. It's through GPS lock with minor adjustments. Yeah. Auto landing.
Auto landing.
That's it. Here it's a slow motion show. Okay. We were capable to scan 15 tag. Okay. We were capable to 15 tag in 1 second. The only parameter or the only constraint will be the speed of the drone. Okay. And that detector is having 3 meters. It has an Intel computer stick, which is capable to have a fast transmission of the solution. To conclude with our project, we believe our project is not only a matter of the parking. It can be a small part of a complete traffic management system, which can be used for tracking the vehicles, regardless of their car plates is ignored, is distorted. Okay? You can track this vehicle using the RFID card embedded here, or it can be even embedded with it by the government inside the car plate. So no one can destroy or jam his traffic plate, okay? It's another way for scanning vehicles. It's another way to handle a complete chaos of a group of fines. Usually, it's typically by visual checking. But if you fly a drone for a group of cars flying and driving on the shoulder of the road, this can be detected by the tag. You don't need to check each and every vehicle number. That's a very important thing. It's not only about parking. Parking is a small thing. The bigger thing is it also can track the vehicles. It can be used also for security follow-up. It's fully autonomous, okay? The operator, he doesn't need to fly it manually over everything, okay? So several parameters, we believe that we have custom-built this drone for a national need, okay? Which is the temperature, which is the speciality of the temperature in UAE, the efficiency, the time saving, the economical impact it can have, okay? As a solution. So thank you for that. Okay.
That was Customizable Drones, team number 5 in the national category. Well done, you guys. A few moments for them to clear the stage, and our next team is team number 6, Saad. They are going to be making their way to the stage. And in the meantime, let's take a look at the highlights of our last team, Customizable Drones. All right, Shaban, let's talk about our next team that's coming up, Saad. I saw you having a chat with them during the rehearsal day, so what are we going to expect to see from these guys? It says Saad Thermal Seeking.
So Saad are working on a drone that will, it's a fire extinguishing solution. And if you remember, I've been talking to the audience about this and saying that drones have been around for the last 4 or 5 years now, consumer drones. You don't have to reinvent the wheel if you have a problem now, because in the first year or two, people were still trying to get these things to fly reliably. There are a lot of teams we've seen in the competition over the last 2 days that are now specifically concentrating on payloads and on software, and I personally believe that this is where the future is headed. We will see more of this where it's like, you know, you don't have to build an airplane anymore. You can just start doing work with it, and we're seeing that work part happen right now. Saad is a very good example of that. They've developed a payload that's mounted on a DJI M600. It's a commercially available industrial drone, and that basically drops fire retardant walls. They allow you to target fires before they get out of hand. As we know, all fires start small, and it's all about getting there on time. And this solution, I'm kind of surprised we don't see many drones being deployed in this sort of scenario. So it's encouraging to see drones which are perfect for this. They can fly point to point, get there really, really quickly, identify the source of the fire, drop the payload, and hopefully avoid a catastrophic situation.
All right, great. 4 teams left to go. Saad coming up next, followed by Iorta, followed by Finder Drone, and followed by East Hawk. Those are the 4 teams remaining in the national drones category. And these are really the last 4 teams that we've been doing the AI and robotics for Good Awards yesterday. And today it's been all about the drones. And I'd like to thank our sponsors. Of course, today's event organized by TRA and ICT Fund. Not forgetting Dubai Internet City for providing the lovely venue on this beautiful day. Event partner Do, Samsung Digi Robotics, and of course the community partner Makers, Builders, who are running the workshops throughout the day outside. So make sure you try and stop by and see them as well. You get some hands-on experience on some drone action. And if you want to win your own drone, you can also do that by registering online. All right, all you have to do is head over to the website, and that is awardsforgood.ae. Win your own DJI Mavic Pro. We've got 2 of them to be given away. It's really very simple. It's you log onto the website, put in your details, and you can win that drone. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're ready to go. Here we go. Our 6th team in the national category. Please put your hands together for Saad.
All right. Assalamu alaikum. We're a group of likely-minded geeks that came together and brainstormed a few ideas to see how we can add life to safety in the UAE. Let me start by introducing the team members. Right. So from the right side, we have Amir Murtazai, who is our tech geek and our fire expert. Rashid Al-Ahmadi, who's led a lot of our R&D and our support. Hamad Musabbah is our chief pilot and builder. Daniel Turan, who's our planner and our overall coordinator. We have Abdurrahman Al-Sirkal, who's our pilot and also tech builder. And myself, Samer Gaisa, I was the overall project lead. As mentioned, and we've seen through beautiful ideas from the colleagues in the national competition that came before us, that there are instances of incidents that happen in the UAE which requires very fast-acting actions to be taken in order to save lives. The national civil teams are very well equipped with the latest, and we've seen that they have probably one of the fastest fleet of service vehicles not only in the UAE, probably in the world. But we believe the drone idea that we came up with most likely would add a lot of value, and this is basically what we call Saad. Saad in Arabic means help, but also means right arm or an arm. So we believe it will be an extra arm to help the civil defensive authorities. Every second counts. The bottom line is, how fast do you detect a fire? How fast do you get there? And how fast do you put it out? As you all know, when fires start, they usually start on a very small scale, and with lots of air and oxygen and the right igniting factors. the fires can become very quickly. So if we're able to demonstrate that we can get there very fast, identify where the fire source is, and put it out very quickly, we could save a lot of lives in the process. How can a drone help? As you can see from the following video, as we brainstormed the ideas of how SAAD can help, we identified the various use cases where whether a fire is actually very close to civilization or outside in the wilderness, a drone can actually help by getting there very quickly. So a group of us started working on the technology side of things and how to detect the fires and how to identify where they are. We started prototyping various solutions on how to carry the payload, at which we will demonstrate very soon. And these fire deterrent bombs or fire extinguishing balls are able to put out certain size fires. So this is not a solution for everything. This is a solution for early fires or fires that are of the right size. And that's why also the drone is able to identify with various cameras, and as we'll see very soon, the thermal cameras identify where the source of the fire is and drop the payload right on top of it. So it's very important to see the video here on the right screen, as we'll show a live demonstration when we took this out and we created our own fires in the desert. We are not able to demonstrate the real fire here on stage. So we'll throw the mechanism, we'll show the thermal cameras. As you see here from the screen, we've had to prototype the release mechanisms. We've had various versions of it. A lot of them worked immediately and most of them didn't. So we also equipped the drone with a payload that can carry out multiple balls. At this stage, we can carry 2. They're of 1.4 kilograms each. And here's when we demonstrated out in the desert in a safe place where we light a fire and basically fly a drone and identify the source. You can see Abdurrahman here loading the payload, locking it in. As here we're actually demonstrating the manual process of flying. Of course, there's a lot of programs that exist already in the market that can make this flight autonomous, as we've seen in others. But the idea here, we wanted also to decide as a human if this payload, and you see the explosion is immediate, and the fire goes out. We'll go through the technical specifications very quickly. This is, as we said, and the commentators mentioned, this is a generic drone, so there is no need to come up with our own drone. It can carry the payload of the fireballs, which are 1.3 kilograms each. So we have 2 of them. That's 2.6. The team again, and as we said, from a process point of view, if this is deployed with the civil aviation, with the civil defense organizations across the Emirates, if there's a fire alert that's happening, it will be fairly easy. In the traditional sense, a fire alert, somebody calls 997, the fire department reacts very quickly, it takes some time to reach the spot, and then the fire is put out. With the drone use case, when someone calls 997 to identify the location, and we send over a drone, and the drone gets there much quicker and identifies the source of the power and decides this is something that the drone can manage by itself, and then put it out, or in this case, call back and say we need something even bigger. Now for the live demo, my team is going to demonstrate how the loading of the fireballs. These are the actual fireballs. They're, as I said, 1.3 kilograms heavy. We've loaded fake ones right now inside. This is a picture of the thermal camera from on board the airplane. As you can see, as Amir comes by, where the heat sources are identified, he is going to go inside, and can we just go back to the thermal camera image one more time? Okay. So you can see the judges are actually warm because they're facing the sun. Thank you for your patience. Okay, so So as you can see here, basically flying on top, identifying where the source of the fire is, and then dropping the ball. And if the fire is not put out, we can drop a second ball. And then I can simulate an explosion with my mouth, but that would be very silly. That's it. That's our demo. Hopefully, we've seen what I like. And as we said, our goal here is to react quickly, demonstrate that we're able to identify the fire and extinguish it with the existing fireball, the extinguishing balls. This has been Team Saad. Thank you very much for your attention.
All right, there you go. That is Saad, our sixth team in the national category of drones, with another fantastic presentation over there. We're going to give you a quick highlight of what we just saw, and while you're watching that highlight, just want to let you know that we're going to be taking a short break for lunch, and we'll be back at 2:30 with the three remaining teams in the national category, followed by the awards ceremony, which is taking place over here. So enjoy the break, and we'll be back at 2:30.